Donald Trump has been ranting for years and years and years that Jimmy Kimmel has got to be fired. What is Disney ABC doing? I mean, Kimmel, as I said recently, is living rent-free in Donald Trump's head. But just a few months ago, it seemed like Donald Trump, of course, was going to prevail in the fight and get Jimmy Kimmel fired. And that suspension was cut short abruptly after massive public backlash. Kimmel was brought back, received the highest ratings he's ever received in that comeback show. But of course, that didn't stop FCC Chairman Brendan Carr from going out there and still issuing threats against Disney and ABC if they didn't get rid of Kimmel. They were directly trying to interfere with freedom of speech and private businesses. And it turns out it all backfired, because this week it was announced that Jimmy Kimmel received an extension on his contract for a full year. Kimmel's contract was supposed to expire in May of 2026. But instead, Disney and ABC, as they continue negotiations with Kimmel, decided, you know what, we're going to give you a little bit more time to think. We're going to take a little more time to think. So let's go ahead and just extend what you have until May of 2027, which means that Jimmy Kimmel is pretty much guaranteed to be on the air for at least the majority of the Trump administration. Most likely a lot longer than that, because you don't give somebody an extension if you're not trying to work out a longer-term deal with that person. So all of Trump's ranting, all of his attacks, all of his late-night posting because he can't sleep because Jimmy Kimmel was so mean to him, nothing. It backfired. The exact opposite of what Trump wanted to happen is what happened. As I've said repeatedly over the years, Kimmel's voice, along with that of so many others like Stephen Colbert, who unfortunately is losing his show, Seth Meyers, to a smaller degree Jimmy Fallon, but they provide such a vital service by pointing out the absurdity of this administration and of politics in general, not just Republicans. They point out corruption, and they do it in a humorous way to an audience that's not tuning in to get political news, so they become more educated than if they weren't watching at all. It's a very valuable service they perform. But that's secondary to what's happening here. As I said, Brendan Carr, the chairman of the FCC, had threatened Disney ABC if they didn't remove Kimmel. He's like, we may have to do something. Maybe we'll take some licenses here. Trump wanted it. Trump's been very vocal about it, usually several times a month. And Disney ABC decided, we don't care. What are you going to do? This is that the emperor has no clothes moment that I keep talking about. More and more companies, people, organizations, even politicians wake up every day and they're like, wait a minute, this guy doesn't have any power. He can't actually do these things he's threatening to do. I mean, he can't even stay awake during a cabinet meeting. Why should I think he's going to spend time taking revenge on me? We see them losing in court on a daily basis. I'm not going to bow down. I'm not going to give in. Screw him. He's a weak, powerless, elderly man who posts on social media like a teenage girl. And is that the worst he's going to do to us? Yeah. So screw him. That's what this message is. It's not just about keeping Kimmel on the air. It's about Disney and ABC looking at Donald Trump and saying, you know what? Like so many others have come to realize, it just hit us that you have no real power and you cannot hurt us. These are the cracks. These are the cracks forming that are allowing more and more people and groups and companies to stand up and say, piss off. You're just a weak, powerless individual, and I'm not afraid of you. Scientists recently discovered a new evolutionary trait in puppies, and it's that they cannot grow up and reach their full potential unless you subscribe to this channel. Don't do it for me, folks. Do it for little Atlas and Judge here.
Good boys. You do good. Want to say something?
No? Okay.